welcome to the chemistry video lesson. So the chapter that we are starting with today is Language of Chemistry. And in this video we are going to learn about symbols of elements, formulae of compounds and valency of elements. So starting with symbol, an abbreviation used to represent an element is called a chemical symbol. It represents the short form of an element. Earlier, pictorial symbols were used as chemical symbols of elements. But this system was later discarded because these were difficult to remember and draw. The modern system of representation of elements was given by a Swedish chemist, Johannes Jacob Berzelius. He suggested that alphabets could be used as symbols to represent elements. In some cases, first letter of the name of the element is taken as its symbol, and this letter must be capital. For example, carbon's first letter is C and C is the symbol of carbon. Similarly, the first letter of nitrogen is N and the symbol of nitrogen is N. Likewise, the symbols of oxygen, hydrogen, iodine, sulfur, etc. are derived from their first letter. In some cases, the symbol of the element has two letters. The first letter is capital and the second letter is small. When two or more elements have their names beginning with the same letter, one more letter is added to the symbol in order to avoid confusion. For example, the first letter of the names of cobalt and chlorine is C and their symbols are CO and Cl. Symbol of zinc is Zn. The symbol of calcium is Ca. Symbol of magnesium is Mg. Symbol of lithium is Li. Likewise, many other elements are there whose symbols contain two alphabets. The symbols of some elements are derived from their Latin or Greek names. For example, the symbol of sodium is derived from its Latin name natrium. The symbol of potassium is K, which is derived from its Latin name kalium. Symbol of iron, Fe, is derived from its Latin name ferrum. Symbol of copper, that is Cu, is derived from the name cuprum. The symbol of gold, that is Au, is derived from the name aurum. Similarly, the symbols of tin, silver, lead, mercury, antimony, etc. are derived from their Latin names. Just as elements are represented by symbols, the molecules are represented by chemical formulae. The symbolic representation of a molecule of an element or a molecule of a compound is called its chemical formula. For example, the chemical formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. The chemical formula of water is H2O. The chemical formula of hydrogen chloride is HCl, etc. See the formula of carbon dioxide, CO2. It is clear from the formula that one molecule of carbon dioxide contains one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen. Similarly, from the formula of water, that is H2O, it is clear that one molecule of water consists of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Therefore, the chemical formula represents the actual number of atoms of various elements present in one molecule of a substance. Chemical formula is also called as molecular formula. Then our next topic is valency. We know that elements differ in their ability to combine with other elements. Some can combine with only one atom at a time, while some can combine with more than one atom at a time. For example, sodium can combine with only one atom of chlorine at a time, but one atom of aluminium can combine with 3 atoms of chlorine at a time. This combining ability of an element is given by valency. Valency is the combining capacity of an element, and it is always expressed as a whole number. Valency of an element is the number of electrons lost, gained, or contributed for sharing by an atom of the element in order to acquire the stable nearest noble gas configuration. We can tell the valency of an element if we know the number of electrons present in the outermost shell of an atom of that element. The outermost shell of an atom is called the valence shell, and the electrons available in the outermost shell of an atom are called the valence electrons. If the number of valence electrons in an atom is 1, 2, 3 or 4, then the valency of that atom is equal to the number of valence electrons. And if the number of valence electrons in an atom is greater than 4, then the valency of that atom is equal to 8 minus number of valence electrons. As the noble gases are stable, therefore they don't combine with any other element, and hence their valency is equal to 0. For example, helium and neon are noble gases, that's why their valency is equal to 0. Hydrogen has one valence electron, lithium also has one valence electron, beryllium has two valence electrons, boron has three valence electrons, and carbon has four valence electrons. Therefore, their valency is equal to the number of valence electrons, that is 1, 1, 2, 3 and 4 respectively. Nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. Therefore, its valency is equal to 8 minus 5 equal to 3. And oxygen has 6 valence electrons. Therefore, its valency is equal to 8 minus 6 equal to 2. And fluorine has 7 valence electrons. Therefore, its valency is given by 8 minus 7 equal to 1. An element with valency 1 is called a monovalent element. For example, hydrogen, lithium and fluorine have valency 1, so that's why these are monovalent elements. An element with valency 2 is called a divalent element. For example, beryllium and oxygen have valency equal to 2, that's why these elements are divalent. The element with valency 3 is called a trivalent element. For example, boron and nitrogen's valency is 3, so that's why these are trivalent elements. And the element with valency 4 is called a tetravalent element. For example, carbon has valency 4, so that's why carbon is a tetravalent element. There are some elements which show more than one value of valency. These elements are said to possess variable valency. For example, copper can show a valency of 1 also and 2 also. In some compounds, iron show a valency of 2 and in some compounds, iron show a valency of 3. Mercury can show valency of 1 or 2. Lead and tin can show valency of 2 also and 4 also.